Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about the women that went into space. A singer and a couple of actresses and that, who went into space. But before I speak about the women that went into space, see this? See this? This is a rocket ship. This is a rocket ship that these women went in. Now, looks a bit of a odd rocket, don't you think? You can see what it looks like. See? And it looks a bit naughty, doesn't it? Is that supposed to mean something? Is this supposed to mean something? Maybe against men, or maybe it's supposed to mean what type of rocket ship that they all decided to go up in space. In that, which rather really looks, seriously. When I saw it on an ad, I thought, really? Really? So, the ones, at NASA, built that, which I find hard to believe that they would build a rocket ship looking like that. Now, of course, as you can see what it looks like, just use your own. You can use your imagination what that looks like, right? Now, these so-called women, which included Katy Perry, went up in space, right? Showed a video of them looking out the window, seeing the Earth. Oh, they're in space, they're floating around and all this. But there's a couple of things that doesn't make any sense. You see, when astronauts are in rocket ships, but they don't look like that, seriously. They wear helmets, right? And they're in the seats, the chair, those chairs, and they're up straight up like that. So they're lying down, right? And they're wearing helmets, and they're wearing the gear, the astronaut suits, right? Now, as they're going up, there's a lot of force hitting them, right? Because as it's taking off, there's a lot of force, so they have to wear helmets, right? When they get into space, once they think it's okay, it's right now, take them off. These so-called women that went in this thing didn't really, because it only lasted for 11 minutes and then, they're back down to Earth again. So they think, oh, this video is showing them having a good time in this, floating around in the rocket ship, looking out in the window and that. And then, oh, they came, when they came back, and instead of it landing in the water, it landed on the ground, right? It landed on the ground. The women come out, and the only person that knelt down, which I find this absolutely ridiculous, the only person that knelt down on the ground and kissed the ground was Katy Perry. Seriously. I find that stupid. Yeah? And yet these other ones that were, stuck in space, right? Stuck in space, didn't do that. And yet Katy Perry, oh, she did it. And she was up there for 11 minutes. Seriously, 11 minutes. In that. Seriously. I find that absolutely suspicious to me. Don't you think? Wouldn't you find that suspicious? Because going in a rocket ship, which I find it hard to believe that they built something like that, because look at the top of it. Doesn't look a bit, yes. Use your, when you use your imagination, look at this. Look at the top of it. Huh? And a little bit there. This is why what we see on the net, especially this all about these women that went up into space, as far as we all know, the whole thing could have been fake. Right? Because the thing is, when it came back down to Earth, when they all came back, it came back down to Earth, which was it landed on the ground. When they came out of that capsule, they didn't have astronaut suits on or helmets. They had on what they already had on. So this is what I think they did. They used CGI for this, because there's no way they would build something that looks like that. Do a CGI, right? They have them walking towards it, and the whole thing is done with CGI, right? And then they show this thing taking off, going into space, right? Then they have them back, they're at the studio and they're using CGI. So when they walk out the window, it's a green screen, right? A green screen. They put it all together because it wasn't live. They put it all together. And when they come back down, way up in the sky, I'd say they must have used a crane or something. Or they used some helicopter or something. And so they drop it, and it comes down and lands. But they use the old CGI to make out that it came through the Earth's atmosphere. And the thing is, you're coming back into the Earth's atmosphere, you'd be wearing astronaut suits and a helmet. You wouldn't be wearing just looks like overalls, would you? You'd be in an astronaut suit. Because when it landed on the ground, because the thing is, if it was coming through the Earth's atmosphere, it wouldn't be landing on the ground. It would be landing on water, right? Not the ground. And yet it did. So as soon as they opened the capsule door and they come out, they're not wearing astronaut suits. The whole thing's videoed. They're not wearing astronaut helmets. They're not wearing it at all. And then Katy Perry, seriously, walks over, kneels down on the ground and kisses the ground. What? Been up there for about 11 minutes. Seriously. They must have had plenty of fuel. Because the thing is, they never went up there. It's all fake. The whole thing was videoed. Oh, and of course, who happened to be there? Oprah Winfrey. Seriously, the whole thing is fake. Seriously. No one would make a rocket ship looking like that. And the top, look at that, yeah, you can imagine, you can think, yeah, look at the top. And the little tip, right, little slit in the middle. Really? They wouldn't make something like this. Come on. The whole thing's fake. It's all staged to make everybody think that they went up there. They didn't wear astronaut suits. They didn't wear them when they came down. And they don't land the capsule in a bloody ground. Because as I said, when astronauts wear the astronaut suits and the helmets, when it's the rocket ship is going that way, straight up, the force of it. They have to wear helmets, because if you don't wear helmets, you're like, it's squat, it'd be squashed in your face, right? So they have to wear helmets. This is why the whole thing is fake. This is all CGI. Hollywood style. That's what it is. It's all fake. The whole thing is fake. No one would build something like that, because you know what it looks like? That looks like, a woohoo! Little winky winky. No one believes them. Well, I'm sure no one does. It is an absolute joke. Seriously. No one would believe that they went up in something that looks like that. No one would build something like that. Seriously. Anyway, that's my talk about these so-called women that supposed to have went up in space, which is a whole load of rubbish. It's a lie. And that, as you see, looks you know, it looks a bit, ooh, naughty, you know, what it looks like, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Take care. Bye now.